My name's Dave Preston. I'm the manager at Team Ride West. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 15, which was 1962. That was my first ride on a motorcycle. I didn't actually own one until I was 20 in 1967. I spent 5 long years wanting to ride a motorcycle. In general, if you love motorcycles, what could be better than working in a dealership? This Ride West happens to be a very functional dealership. It's a small group. People get along pretty well. And you get to be around motorcycles every day. The benefits for me working here are a little extreme in that I have a motorcycle assigned to me. I'm often asked to accompany customers on test rides, and so I spend my entire day writing about motorcycles, talking about motorcycles, or actually riding motorcycles, which is pretty much what I really like to do. So most of my day looks a lot like playing. It isn't, but it looks that way. Building relationships is something I very, very much enjoy. I've met an incredible number of really fun, interesting people, both customers and within the industry over the past 10 years. And I really didn't expect that. Being able to go anywhere and know people. I've met some very well-known people in the industry, racers, industry figures, and that's been a real pleasure. But at the end of the day, the most fun are the customers who come in to say hi or have a sandwich and go for a ride. That's just really a joy for me. I was an English teacher in my first life, as I like to say, and after 30 years of that, I had been doing some technical writing on the side, and I sort of invented a part-time job for myself with a car dealer where I was sort of the customer liaison, consumer relations type of thing. I worked part-time for this car dealer, which is a great gig because I would go in on a Friday, pick up the vehicle I needed for the weekend, and then go to the same events I've been going to all my life anyway and get paid for it. And so when I got ready to retire from teaching, I blew that job up into a full-time proposal and shared it with a guy I knew in the car industry who liked it, wasn't quite ready for it yet. So I looked around, I sent it to the largest motorcycle dealer I knew, which was Cycle Barn, and I'd worked there for 10 years, riding every kind of motorcycle that was made, going to all kinds of events, writing it on newsletters. And then recently, things changed and I moved here to Ride West BMW, where I'm doing kind of a refined version of the same thing. When I first started, I thought, well, within 5 years, every dealer is going to have a position like this, and I'll be king because I'm the only guy who will know how to do it. Either it wasn't a good idea or other dealers didn't quite embrace the idea, although Ride West did. The owners of Ride West BMW knew what I was doing several years ago and were interested in it. So as far as I know, it's unique. I've never heard of anybody else that has a job, and it turns out to be, I wouldn't say it's a terribly difficult job, but the skill set seems to be apparently unique. I'm the only person that has it. It's very odd. Being an English teacher, ironically enough, was excellent preparation. Everything I did while teaching, I use in the job today. A lot of writing, a lot of reading, a lot of relating to people, a lot of figuring out where people are coming from. And most teachers have that help you out type of attitude. What can I do to make things work for you? And that is crucial. And that, from my experience in all kinds of motorcycle and car clubs, that is what was missing. Most of us, when we go for a ride, you're most interested in your ride. And to do this club sort of thing, you kind of have to have someone who's interested in the group's experience. If I can be egotistical for a second, looking back, that was probably the best part of my idea that I wasn't aware of. If you put on a riders club for people and you take care of all the emails and you take care of all the hassles where there's no club politics, nobody has to do any of the work because you have the guy that's getting paid do the work, you end up building a terrific group of friends that you get to go riding with all the time. And almost coincidentally, they're coming to your dealership all the time, and inevitably they're going to be buying their products here. So you build a very large email base that way, you build a lot of relationships, and the whole idea is the customers have a wonderful time. When we go for a club ride like we did last Saturday, my goal for the day is that everybody's going to have a very good time, and I will ride the motorcycle I need to ride in the way I need to ride it to ensure that.